End of year ritual. It's really been coming in strong the last 2 days to really center and to really embody the results of the last year. And for me, so many different results came in through the webinars that we've been all doing together. And I was just going through the results, and for me, it's what I'm getting very clearly from Spirit is that before moving into the new year to really honor what we have in our system and to ground it more and manifest it more in our lives before we take on more food. Each of these webinars or each level we make of consciousness is like feeding oneself. And then you have to digest it, and then you have to allow it to become you. What you eat you become. So it's allowing your muscles to be stronger, it's allowing your bones to be stronger, it's purifying your blood, it's cleaning the organs. So each of the webinars, in a way, it's been feeding you food. And then it's like, before rushing on to the next one, it's really to say, okay, I honor the food I received and I allow it to become me, to integrate, not become, but to integrate into me, into my life, my lifestyle, into my financial situation, into my relationship, into my relationship with myself. So I was reflecting just now actually through this year's webinars, and just to recap a little bit so you can get into the energy of it, because I'm sure for each one of you, each of the webinars gave you different types of gifts and different experiences. And what was the highlights for you, or maybe somebody sharing will bring in different highlights. So if you want to do it, if you want to even share on Instagram or Facebook or Telegram with the group, this will give everybody the chance also to find deeper results in their systems. So first of all, thank you for your support. Thank you for being part of these groups. And the end of your ritual for me, first of all, my blessings really is also that we're on this journey together. So for me, I feel really gifted in a way, and that keeps me going in a very strong way to know that the work that comes true, the food that comes true from Spirit, is to be passed on and to be shared with others. And this really humbles me and gets me up in the morning to do it again and to bring joy to it. Because when I'm working in a way where it's making a result in many people's systems, and then they're passing that result on and on and on in this ripple effect, because we're all interconnected, it's really very gratifying on a soul level. It's going into the legacy level, and we're all doing that in our own way. And that could be simply, I don't know, a smile of, a warmth, a connection with somebody, and that can spark off a ripple effect of massive results in that person's day or life, or they remember, or they see an aspect of themselves by showing warmth, compassion to each other. And yeah, it's just reflecting now and I was saying, okay, there was family genetic systems. That was really, really important. The genetic system work really helped me to center myself, to align my ancestral system, because we are spirit in this body in a genetic place. And then we're full of genetic information. And if I'm overlapped with a sibling, a father, or mother in the wrong genetic place, or a partner in the wrong genetic place, then I've got conflicting information and I'm working within a system that is in the wrong place. So I'm going to limit the results and the impact I'll have in the system. And also, there's an overlap of somebody else's wounds and mentalities, character in my system, which is nothing to do with me. So the family genetic system was very, very powerful, powerful for me in bringing those results into the system. Then we had emotions and flow. That was very, very powerful. Genetic relationship systems, about relationships and genetics, about who your partner is and who you are to your partner. So genetic relationship systems really clarified who you are in a relationship to people and the world around you and in your relationship. That was really strong. Disappointment. We did a webinar on disappointment. Disappointment was a strong one in the system. When that information came in to do that webinar, I hadn't realized how much disappointment, which led into betrayal and resentment, and all these different topics came up. So to clear disappointment from the genetics was really, really important for me, and from the blood, because it was affecting the blood and it brings poison into the blood. So the webinar disappointment brought in a lot of results into my system. How was it for you? Then we did compassion and resilience. Compassion and resilience was really, really powerful. And yeah, it reminds me of Alexander the Great as an archetype that he kept going and kept going and kept going. It's like, the ability to keep going when things are tough, to keep moving through systems. So compassion and resilience really helped me to be compassionate with myself, the world around me, and to stay on top, to keep moving with myself in a natural organic push in a way that is kind to oneself and nourishing oneself and supportive to oneself, that I'm allowing myself to move out of the heaviness and move on in life. I'm just giving some highlights. The nervous system embodiment was very, very important. And that really changed the system for me to really come down into the nervous system and to realize that there's almost like another entity, another being in the nervous system that runs the show. And then we have to master our nervous system. So, nervous system embodiment was very powerful for me because it really helped me to sit down and embody within the nervous system. I hear Joe Dispenza talk about that a lot, like sit down and be with oneself. It's like letting your system sit, like you are the authority of your nervous system. You are the authority of your physical aspect and your emotional body. And that was really potent for me. That really created a shift. Safety was very strong as well for me. And it really changed my system, that I could sit down and start reflecting and going deeper into my system. Results and embodiment was nice because it brought in completion cycles and embodiment of that. How was it for you? And just scanning through lightly. Resurrection was very powerful. Blueprint of alignment, that was very potent. Vanishing twin. Thriving was another one. If you got a twin, it was the thriving part. It was living, connecting to the positive aspect of life, of twinning. It was really changed the information to have, instead of reflecting on the negative, but reflecting on life itself, bringing one into life. So vanishing twin thriving really changed my system. Brain health was I love brain health. Brain health was really, yeah, it was like a gym. It was really important and really cleared a lot of systems and opened up a lot of systems awareness on the brain level. Harmony, another good one. Mother and father wounds was massive in the system for me. Massive, uh, huge amount of information there that we worked through and cleared. And that was this dense field, but really, really potent in my system. Protection was needed, came in after that. It was interesting because we worked through the father and mother wounds and then to build up this protection in the system. Very potent. Free will also. Unity with the ancestors for me was a life changer. Completely incredible results. Thank you, Washington, and your ancestors, for supporting with umbilical cord and placenta. Spark of creation, another very beautiful one. Cosmic womb, massive in the system. Creation in the womb. And then there was foundational familial traits. That was massive. That was a really, wow, that was like going in with a massive industrial jackhammer into the system and smashing these old belief systems, characters. It's like the family traits are the traits of the ancestors that have been in the system and passed on to the next generation, next generation. And you feel it's you and you accept it as you, but it's not you. And it takes a lot of power to smash the system. So no wonder we had got the free will and spark of creation before that. Another one, which I was talking to a friend this morning about, was God codes. God codes was another game changer in the way, and pristine energy. That was beautiful to really honor our God self. And God codes really went into that, and the fields that came through and the energies came through. And that webinar was like incredibly pristine, beautiful on another level. It almost woke up our soul, our access to our information and a connection with the soul level of ourselves on the purest form. God codes, very potent. Selfishness and compassion then came in. That was very good to clear that. I didn't realize how much was in my system coming through from the ancestors of my childhood. Selfishness versus compassion. That really blocks flow, blocks abundance, blocks your power. The wounded feminine, here we go. That was a massive field, incredible field of information. I had no idea there was so much in the system. The wounded feminine was really manipulating the Black Widow, huge, huge fields transformed. And these are all in us, but they were around us in the world around us and showing up. So it's very interesting how the wounded feminine showed up. Then the gifts of the feminine was immense, amazing field. Love the feminine. Then the wounded masculine came up, another massive field of information. These are all very intense webinars. Well, for me personally, I know the last year, especially the last 6, 7 months, was really, really potent, really intense. And it was really working. Each of these webinars was almost like a battlefield in a way. I had to go through so many different fields. These were not easy webinars to embody or to bring in because, as you know, I need to embody it within my system before I can pass it on. So it's almost like I had to birth them through all my information. And yeah, it was a very, very heavy year, I have to say, but huge results in the system. So I'm really grateful we're done with it and very grateful it got us closer to ourselves and more impactful in a positive way to ourselves. Then came in the gifts, which we did recently, the gifts of the masculine, beautiful field of information and alignment with spirit. And now we're at end of year ritual. So end of year ritual is going to be 2 webinars and it's going to be about the results we did and what we brought through and really letting them sink into your life, into your system, and then resetting your whole life with these new results before we go into the new year. So I'm excited to start this evening and to support you to go in and honor what you received so you can really embody it and allow it to be part of your life in a new way. And these were what I was going through there was only the webinars, but in your own personal lives and everything else you went through this year, or other teachers or other workshops you did, if you bring them in too, because you've all done so much this year and it's a beautiful time to celebrate it. So it's really end of year results as a celebration, integration, and acceptance of who you become, who you are, and what you're going to create before going into the new year. Let's honor and create from this space. So I look forward to seeing you later and enjoy bringing the results true of what you've done already. Have a beautiful day and I'll see you later. Thank you.